howdy, howdy. Yep, I'm Simple. And I'm in this area, Philadelphia area. Yes, outside of Reading and Philadelphia, Zone 6, USDA. I had the opportunity to help Fran Litvin, the garden, to create it. Based at time, yeah, this side of a hill. Thank Howard and Fran Litvin for giving us opportunity to be taught some of his ideas, his belief of what like a garden to be. There's a lot of native plants. This is a really heavy woods. He opened it up a lot. It's on the north side of a hill. Let's move on up to the garden, okay? This way. It's very nice. You're gonna love it. This is Howard Litvin's. This is his garden. Fran's in the house. She might be out in a little bit. So, tell us about your garden, Howard. How long have you been working on this?
Well, I started after I retired. It's about 8 years now. And I met Simple about 4 years ago?
And, in my garden, yes.
We never really sat down and made a plan of what we were going to do. We just started, and one thing led to another, which led to another, and led to another. And we're not done yet.
Just beginning.
We don't know where we're going, but whatever it is, we're creating some art out here in the woods. And a lot of people have come here and enjoyed it very much.
Learn from it.
And learn from it.
Gardening is very nice when you give, very receive, especially when people take it home with them and they tell you, oh, I did it, I learned it from this garden or that garden. At least I have. I don't know about you. This is mostly native plants for this area?
Well, this area, mostly native, but not all. But the area we're doing down here, that will be all native plants. We started that just last November, November. These woods, when I first moved in here, you couldn't even walk through there. They're all blackberry bushes and a very a wild viburnum that just takes over the whole woods. You actually couldn't walk through these woods.
Yeah.
And little by little, we cleared them out and made them into something that has some beauty.
Within Howard's garden, he has a lot of good elements. He has light, he has movement, he has wooded sounds, and reflect a lot of good smells. You can't smell it, but you know how video cameras can be. We're standing in a very bad area. This used to be a swale. And all these rocks that you'd be seeing was all lined up to slow the water down. So Howard decided to incorporate pond, water retention, something to slow the water up washing out. Then we have different bog areas here and there. In front of us is a bog area, as you can see. It came up pretty nice. Native plant zone 6?
Yeah.
USDA zone, okay? How much of sunlight do you get in the wintertime?
A lot more.
Okay, since you open up the trees.
Yes.
Okay.
I have to say adieu.
Okay.
You go ahead and conduct the tour.
In this area, there's a lot of why not use native plants for ground cover. Tillerillos, cornflower. Some people don't like the color, but you know, it only lasts, comes and it goes before you even know what happened. In this garden, there's a couple different types of pathway for the maintenance of it and for walking. The walking ones, as you can see, is not that wide. Enough for 2 people. The maintenance path crisscrosses this. You can't see 5 maintenance paths that crosses. In this garden, there is a lot of name tag. He's a new gardener. It's good to keep name tags so you can know what the plants is, especially to help teach those people who do not know it. You can come up and read the name tag. There's many different styles of name tag, but that name tag came with the plant from all these different colors, flowers, leaves with different textures and stuff on it. This is maintenance path. All the water from up top, all these acres come washing down this way. So we end up with a series of like water retention basins that we incorporated in the pond. It's wide enough for an AMT John Deere tractor to go up and down it. Some people, as you see, like to line stuff to keep people within the path. Oh, these old stumps, we cut them off of the ground and we planted them in the ground. That one and these two, we planted in the ground. Always an easy place to sit. And also on this side, red chip, Reading, Pennsylvania area. There's all kinds of rocks you can sit down on, yank on the hose or something, keep the hose out of the flower bed. But like I said, all these stumps that's been faked, we put them in, see? We move them quite easily. This is the lower side of his water retention area. Back wall was 2 by 6 up on the edge. You know, our around like a bunch of scrap, 2 foot in length, and we lined it with the rug, newspapers, and we put the 64 mil polyurethane rubber on top of it. Then we capped it with stone overflows in the lowest point this side. The pipe is actually 6-inch PVC pipe that drains out all the slime, and this stone is just like floating on top of the water, but it isn't. We made this simulated pond, rock cropping type-ish. It came up pretty nice, actually. There's good reflection and a good sound. I'll show you this other side, and this is where it comes in. This one, actually, there's no spring house here. People don't know the difference. It looks like a spring house, but it is not a spring house. It's where you keep the fertilizers and stuff you need for gardening. You know, the gardening tools, this and that. These two, this is recycling. 2 6-inch PVC pipe comes through. The water retention flows in this pond. So, like in this area of the garden, good place to come and sit and watch the sunset set. I really help Howard with a hardscape. Hardscape, the elements that you don't see, the backbones of garden. This rock we found, great for your back if you want to get back into it. This stump that's in front of me, bottom of it coming out like that. When you pull the garden hoses, you know how you pull, knock on your plant, or you know the kid or the person that's helping you doesn't yanks too much and knock all your plants down, especially the expensive one you bought a lot of money for. Yeah, that is a good thing to use to keep the hose out of your flower bed. This is made in this pathway. It's a pretty wide one. The water comes from either direction. There's a series of swell up to the hillside. Tend to take the water crisscrossing, feed of the water that doesn't wash stuff out. See where the leaves gather. This is the other side from the bottom pool where the retention basin where just was at. The water all gathers here, goes under these pipes, right under the face of these rocks, so it's easy to clean and the whole bit. Tend to filter the debris up here instead of settling up in the pipes as you go down here. Goes down nice and slow. So you can control the flow of water, slow down the speed of the water, slow down the stepping stones across the water. There's a bog area with it to grow his carnivorous plant. As you can see, up there we wedged a big rock between the seats so you can look down. And this is the overflow area from the upper water retention basin. Within this is another low area, line it with moss, and this is a very nice bog area. It stays nice and moist, pretty well recycled. And there's many different types of fountains you can use. This one we made, it's a simple creature we call it. And same with this one. Also this, you can wash muddy feet, great to wash your feet off. Well, watch out, hope your shoes don't have any holes in like mine does. Throughout the garden, there's all kinds of sitting areas. You come up and sit down, and even like this old hypertubertrophus bus, he wedges in the corner and canning it. He collects moss, why not? There's something that he found up in the woodside. As you walk by, you can see it. Native junket found in his woods, like a very small one. And even like his transmission, I see it made out of transmission, yes. When you can't get it in the gear, just sit down and relax. The sound. And a lot of the sound is aimed to where you want it to be at. Like this aimed to another sitting area. You know, you should have a lot of sitting areas because don't you sit? Yes, you should always have a place to go and get stumped. In this area here, you can sit down and listen to people walk by as they talk about you, and then surprise them. Really stump them. on the way up to the spring house. It's a simulated spring house. The well comes into it. The water tank, fertilizing the equipment is in there. The labels and this and that. Food you need for this area. All the extra hoses and stuff. It's pretty nice, yes. See how he hangs the hose? That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, as you see, this garden has a lot of elevation change. This is the low water retention area. You don't see it until you come upon it. Surprise element. Everybody should have an area to propagate plants. Collect the seeds you have. He found some old skylights and we fabricated a new propagating area. We put some old heating cables in it and it operates. And here is this well. You know, the well casing that comes up. We just old wood next to it. Make it look like a stump. Planted around it. Really softened it. Even like using a container like this, all plants in. You know, it was all one I found in the dump, and you go plant into it, and why not? It made a great planter, and amazing enough, he had some balance. You know, when you get all these nosy people to come through your garden and house, you know, people are so. The surprise element is when they touch this, it's kind of like, whoa, falls. Oh boy, stay. I hope it stays. I don't know. Let's move on before it falls again, okay? And for you people like live in the city, like you, if you do, well, if you don't, that's okay. But you can do something like this. Containerized plants and have it on your deck. These hypertubertrophs are especially made from cement, perlite, peat, moss. American Rock Garden Society can tell you how to do that. A good group, yes, you should support. You can have this on your back deck. You should have a place to water the birds if you have a place. Like this area, we found this rock, we floated out And we made a nice little basin. It was pre-made. We just leveled this with the wood stays in there. So we found some old stumps and more sitting areas for people. This is another area where he keeps his koi at. What do you think of these babies? Back there is where he filtrates his water for his fish. This one has sand in it, layers of sand. That's recycles and stuff. Fish should be spawning quite soon, any time now. This is a fountain on the north side of his house. It has great sound. The sound echoes to the house. This is the last spot we'll be going to. So, like I said, it doesn't have a nice sound. We have a series of a couple waterfalls to aerate the water. And this filtration system is different. This is the one like brush, but you have to back flush it a lot. You know, the debris sticks to the brushes. Also, I'd like to point something out to you. This blue Atlas cedar is a pendulum, a weed. There's a cable we ran from that side to that side. There's a vertical plane for screening. Divides up the areas into different sections. Thank you for watching us. I hope you got something out of this garden. Some ideas. I want to thank Howard and Fran Litvin, thank you very much to make happiness for others that you can't even imagine as of now. I hope to see you in your area, wherever it might be. So until next time, good health to all. Thank you. Bye-bye. And off we go. Where we touch down, I don't know.